أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته. We'll get started as it's already 7 o'clock. Inshallah, when we get to our book, which we did up to lesson number 3 in the same book, and inshallah we'll go over some of the exercises from that book. You'll see some of the stuff that we have covered in the slides will be repeated. I did send out an email. Hopefully everybody got that. Mediba, are you on that email list as well? You didn't get it, huh? So I sent out all of these slides and everything in the email as well. But inshallah, I'll forward you separately, and then I'll put you onto that email list as well, inshallah. So if you remember last that we had our discussion last week, we ended on this slide where we were talking about the method of making istifham, which means interrogation and answer. So you learn hadha baytun, which means this is a house, hadha masjidun, this is a mosque, hadha this, hadha that. But if you wanted to ask a question for something that you did not know if it was that or not, so how are you going to go ahead and convert that, mubtada and khabar, which was giving you the news that this is a house or this is a masjid? Now you want to ask that question. So it's very simple. By adding this, prefixing this hamza to a statement turns it into a question. So you say, ahadha baytun. So is this a house? Right away, you'll be able to make that into an interrogative, or you can make it into a question. So it's called particle of interrogation, harful istifham. Now, huruf istifham are not just this alif or this hamza, they're more. Sometimes you can ask the question. Sometimes you can ask the question with hamza, as is in this case, ahadha baytun. Sometimes you can ask a question with the word hal, right? As there are many ayat of Quran that begin with this. Hal ataka al insani hinu min ad-dahr lam yakun shay'an madhkura. Sometimes the question may begin with the word ma. For example, ma hadha, right? What is this? So there are many huruf al-istifham, but these are primarily the ones that we were introduced by. And as we go along, you'll get to the usage of more of these. So this is where we ended last week. I just wanted to go over it. Today, very quickly, inshallah, we'll cover these 3, and then inshallah we'll go to our lesson as well. So part 3, version 3 here, is going to be talking about preposition, which we called huruf jar. These are the words that you use in English language, in, to, from, these words are called preposition. And so they're harf jar. Now in English, their purpose may be just using these words to, between two words. For example, you'll say, from masjid to the house, right? So you use the word from and you use the word to, right? This is preposition. In Arabic, these prepositions, they also they're not just there to obviously make sense of the sentence, but they also are called controllers, amil, because they will be able to impact the word that comes after them. Now in English, you don't have that concept that the word masjid, which is not English word, let's say mosque, right? The word mosque will always remain mosque. But in Arabic, the word masjid, and this is a question for you, how many different ways or the word is, what are the different states? What are the different states that this word masjid could be in? It's a noun, but halat, the conditions, the states that this noun could be in. Remember? So it's going to be marfu, or if it's happening as a subject, it's going to be marfu. What else could it be? It could be majroor if it's followed by one of the prepositions. And third state, mansoob, right? If it's becoming an object, then it'll be mansoob, right? So based on that, it could be masjidun, masjidan, or masjidan, right? Could have all three of them. So this from masjid to the house is not really doing that for you in English, but you're using these prepositions to make a complete sentence. In Arabic, when you use this harf jar, it'll create the genitive case, which means what? Whenever this harf jar or this preposition comes on a word, on a noun, keep that in mind, on a noun, it's going to make it what? Majroor. So after these huruf, when the word noun comes, it's always going to be in the genitive case. So I'll give you an example. Write the sentence in Arabic. Minal. And I won't put the last harakat, so you will complete it. Minal masjid ilal bayt. So min ila. Now you tell me masjid bayt. I left out the last letters of dal and the ta over here. What do you think is going to be the harakat of dal? Majroor, right? So you're going to have a kasra there. Now it cannot have tanween. Why? Because it has alif lam. Ilal bayti. Ilal bayti. So bayt, the ta will be kasra because of the word ila. So here, min and ila are controlling the word that comes after. If min wasn't there, it would have been al masjidu, right? Because it's not going to be in the genitive case. When there isn't any controller, the normal case is to be in the nominative, right? In the state of marfu. So that is the difference. So we'll learn about these prepositions, and always remember that after a preposition in Arabic, the word, which is a noun, will always be in the genitive case. We will also discuss detached pronouns, damir munfasil. So damair, there are different types of damair in Arabic. Some are munfasil. Munfasil means literally, I'll give you the opposite of munfasil, muttasil. What is the difference between munfasil and muttasil? Muttasil is attached. Munfasil is detached, right there. So that means this is a pronoun which will be sitting by itself, not attached to the word. But there are certain pronouns which will be attached to the verb, right? And we'll get to the examples so it'll make more sense. And then we'll also talk about mudaf wa mudafun ilayh. Last year we discussed that a lot, so hopefully some of you who were here would know this. The possessed and the possessor. When you say my book, right? My book. That means I'm giving this book association with myself. So I am the possessor. And this book becomes what? Possessed. So you say my book in English. You would say kitabi. Kitabi. This ya is called ya mutakallim. It's for me. My book. And therefore this book is given nisbat to me. Right? My book. So, inshallah, we'll have the discussion on that as well. All right. Let's move on. So, we'll talk about jar majroor and damir muttasil, damir munfasil, and mudaf. So, preposition or harfu jar and the genitive case, which is majroor. It is important to keep that majroor aspect in mind, because otherwise you're losing and missing out on the action of harf jar. Literal meaning of harf jar is the particle of pulling. Jar, yani kisi cheez ko khinchna. In either Iran or in Iraq or Arab countries, I've seen this. Some of the vehicles, it says jarre thaqil. When your car is towed away, so the tow truck is called jar thaqil. So you'll see that written over the jar thaqil. Or the place where you're not allowed to park, which is a tow away zone, this will be written over there. jar saqil. That means your car will be towed away. It'll be pulled away. So that's what literally the word jar means, to pull. Now this is what preposition, that it pulls it towards itself and gives it what? Kasrah. Makes it majroor. So there are 4 examples that are giving of preposition. Fi, ala, min, and ila. Fi is in, ala is on, min is from, ila is to. And you see that all of these are pretty much referring to word zarf of a makan, a place. Fi is inside something, right? Ala is on top of something, a place which is on top. Min, is from certain place. Ila is to a certain place. So these are 4 prepositions that they have used. So the word would be al-baytu, right? The ta got pulled to the ta with the kasra because of the preceding fi. If you were to put fi, for example, I was to ask you, Aina Muhammad? Where is Muhammad? You will respond by saying, Fil bayti. He's in the house. Or you say Muhammad, Muhammadun fil bayti. Muhammad is in the house, right? So the moment you can't say Muhammad bayt. That doesn't make sense, right? Muhammad bayt, what do you mean? Muhammad fil bayt. Muhammad is in the house. So when you say fil bayt, the word fi, which is the preposition, is harfu jar. And al-bayti is what? Is ism majroor. It's a noun already, so it's ism, we know that. But because of this harf jar, it became majroor. And this will go for all of the other words as well. And there will be examples when we will be discussing, inshallah. Where is the book? Ala tawila, on top of the desk. Ala al-maktab, on top of the desk, or on top of this, or underneath this, or under the bed, or on top of the bed. So there will be a lot of examples of min, ila, fi, and ala that you will get acquainted with, inshallah. So don't worry about this. We'll just go through this quickly. So when a noun is preceded by a preposition, it is said to be in genitive case, majroor. So the house, al-baytu, in the house becomes fil bayti. If it was a house, that means ismu nakara, it was a common noun, not a definite noun. Baytun will become what? Fi baytin, right? It will follow suit. So if it was baytun, because it was nakira, it was a common noun, it will remain indefinite. It becomes fi baytin. Fil bayti is called shibh jumla. Shibh means resembling. Shabih hota hai na, Urdu mein kehta hai shabih. Jumla is a sentence. Shibh jumla is something that resembles a sentence, right? Or a phrase, as they call it over here. Looks like a sentence, but it's not one. So, fil bayti. So, for example, someone asked me, Aina Muhammad? What is your response? Okay. This is a complete sentence because there's Muhammad in there, which is mubtada. Fil bayti is serving as the khabar for mubtada. But could I have not just said, when I asked you, Aina Muhammad, you could have just said, Fil bayti, instead of saying Muhammadun fil bayti. If I was to say, where's Muhammad? Are you going to say, oh, Muhammad is in the house? You could just say, in the house. So when you say in the house, it is shibh jumla because I already know I was spoken about Muhammad. I don't have to mention Muhammad again. You already know that because that was in the question. All I'm going to say, in the house. Now, in the house, even in English, is not a complete sentence. It's just a phrase. It looks like a sentence, but it's not a complete sentence, right? In the house. In the house what? So, in the house, there's something in the house. You got to explain more. So this is where fil bayti becomes shibh jumla. It's not a complete jumla. It's not a jumla, but it's resembling a jumla. That'll come in handy. That's why they're emphasizing on it. That'll come in handy later on. Fil bayti. So here, more preposition and examples from Quran. So you have the word ala, min, ila, fi, an. They introduce an over here to you. So we already learned ala, min, ila, and fi. It says, لَوْ أَنزَلْنَا هَذَا الْقُرْآنَ عَلَى جَبَلٍ. Right? Ala jabalin. If we were to send had we sent this Quran on a mountain, ala jabalin. So God is referring to just a mountain. Had we sent it on a mountain, it would have crushed the mountain. But we sent it on who? Insan, human being, right? So that is the word usage of the word ala over here. خَلَقَ الْإِنسَانَ مِنْ عَلَقٍ. He created man from a clot. Yes. Jabalin, because it's nakira. It's indefinite noun. If there was alif lam on it, it would be al-jabali. Right? So it's because it's nakira, it's indefinite, it's definitely going to have a tanween. So that's why it's jabalin. Jabali, yes. Then the tanween would be lost. Then it would be my mountain. That's right here. It was kitabin, right? It was kitabin. Then I say kitabi. So you lost the tanween, it became kitabi. Can you say al-kitabi? Is that correct? Because alif lam is there to make it specific, definite. Ya is there to make it specific. You can't have two things making it specific. The my book, right? Either it's the book or it's my book. Both the word the is making it definite and my association with the book is making it definite. So therefore, you gotta make sure that you. So خَلَقَ الْإِنسَانَ مِنْ عَلَقٍ. He created man from. So here, min is not referring to a place necessarily, as I had mentioned earlier. Min is just referring to a thing. Ila usually refers to two. Inna ila rabbina munqalibun. Usually the dua that you recite when you're traveling, right? Subhanalladhi sakharna hadha wa ma kunna lahu muqrinin wa inna ila rabbina lamunqalibun. So we shall but return to our Lord. Inna ila, to our Lord. Ila means to. Fi is in. Inna anzalnahu, when? When did we reveal Quran? Fi laylatil qadr. In the night of power or the night of qadr. Ila Rabbina. So if you were to open it up, it was so this is Zamir, right? We will learn Zamir Muttasil and Zamir Munfasil. Remember the attached pronoun or the detached pronoun. Here, this pronoun, this na is attached with it, right? Rabbina. So ba is getting the kasra. Na will never change. Na is unchangeable. Na will always be na. Ana, right? Or kitabuna, or qalamuna, masjiduna, right? The word na in Rabbana is separate from the word Rabb. Because they have written it together, that's why it's confusing you. There is a kasra. So this is how they write it. So in the new Rasmul Khat, when there's a kasra, instead of writing it underneath, when there's a tashdid, they write it under the tashdid. That's what they've done. It would have been easier if they just wrote it like this, right? But even in computer, if you were to type now Arabic, this is what it'll do. When you put a tashdid, it'll put the kasra underneath the tashdid, and it'll put the fatha on top of the tashdid. So it's a bit confusing. You're right. But you understood that Rabbe is the one which is being majroor because of the preposition ila. Ila Rabbe. If you get rid of ila, it would be Rabbuna. Because of ila, it became what? Rabbena. Right? If you get rid of fi, inna anzalnahu, masalan, laylatul qadr. Or laylatul qadr, right? So, in fact, if you read the next ayah, inna anzalnahu fi laylatil qadr. Wama adraka ma laylatul qadr. Because there's no preposition. Wama adraka. And what do you know? What is ma laylatul qadr? What is Laylatul? There's no preposition. There's no controller. So Laylatul Qadr is in the nominative sense. And then the next sentence begins how? Laylatul Qadr khayrun min alfi shahr. It's mubtada over there. There's no controller there. So it's Laylatul Qadr over there, but the fact that fi came before it became Laylatul Qadr. Similarly, you have an. An is usually about or concerning something. An Jabir ibn Abdullah al-Ansari. An, right? An comes and gives you this kasra or makes you majroor. Sometimes this lam is used lillahi. What do you say? Inna lillahi. Why is the word Allah getting a kasra or becoming majroor? It becomes majroor because of the lam. Lam is the preposition over here. And sometimes the word ba acts as a preposition, as in Bismillah, right? It was Ismullah. You put a ba in front of it, in the name of Allah, right? Be, or by the name of Allah, or whatever you wanna, however you wanna translate. Ya ayyuhalladhina amanu ista'inu bis sabr. O those who believe, seek assistance with what? With patience. So here the word ba is translated as with. Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. How do you translate that? With the name of Allah? No. In the name of Allah. So it could be translated as by or with or in. Could have various different meanings. Depends how it's used. But when you see that ba, it is also acting as a preposition. Any questions on this? Good examples they've provided. So, nominal sentence with jar wa majroor. So, Muhammad is in the mosque. Muhammadun, which is mubtada, which is your predicate. Fi is your preposition, harf jar. Al masjide is your, majroor. It is on the table. Huwa ala maktabin. Huwa is, mubtada. That is or it is. Ala means on. Maktabin is a table. Simple question. Nothing. Okay. We'll go through Zamir Munfasil as well. Okay. So as I mentioned before, there are two types of dhama'ir that you find, and then there'll be further divisions of it as well. Bariz and mustatir. Bariz, which is obvious, mustatir, which is hidden. So within muttasil and munfasil, you will find other varieties of it as well. But this is all the dhama'ir or all the pronouns that you will find. So there will be 6 for third person, there will be 6 for second person, and there will be 2 for first person. Simple enough? 6, 6, and 2, 14. You'll have 14. That's why in Arabic, all of the verbs, every verb goes through 14 conjugations. Every verb goes through 14 conjugations. So, let's just use the simplest of the verbs that we have used before. Dhahaba, right? Dhahaba means what? Kharaja, dhahaba means he went, right? Dhahaba. Now, in dhahaba, dhahaba is translated as how? He went. Do you see the dhamir? Do you see a pronoun? No, right? So that means the pronoun is what? Hidden. So you will get to the verbs where you'll find the pronouns are attached, muttasil, or detached, munfasil. And when they're attached, they are what? Mustatir, ghaib. In sub, they will come up. So let's use the word dhahaba. The 6 of dhahaba, does anyone know from last year? 6 for third person dhahaba. So 3 for male and 3 for female. Same thing goes for 3 for male and 3 for female in mukhatab. And same goes for 2, which are dhamir mutakallim. So let's start from top. 3 for masculine, third person. 3 for feminine, third person. 3 for masculine, second. 3 for feminine, second. And the first person. So we'll take the word dhahaba. Dhahaba has a dhamir which is hidden in it, which is huwa. You see huwa over there? Right on top? Huwa is singular. That means what? What does huwa mean? He. So the word dhahaba means, dhahaba mein huwa is hidden, right? He or it. It could refer to he. But here obviously we're talking about a person, so it'll be he. Dhahaba, dhahaba. You say, well, what's the difference? I'll tell you what's the difference. So dhahaba had he in it, which is mustatar, which is hidden. You can't see it. It's in there somewhere. But just know that it's in there. And then you have dhahaba with this alif. Now in Arabic only in Arabic, I don't know if any other language has it, at least English doesn't. You have a singular, you have a dual, and then you have a plural. It's not just singular and plural. Singular, dual, and plural. So when you said those two went, so if I was to, there were 3 over here, but these 2 went, I'm not going to use plural tense over here. I'm going to use the tense which is for duality. So dhahaba, dhahaba, dhahabu, dhahabat, dhahabata, dhahabna, dhahabta, dhahabtuma, dhahabtum, dhahabti, dhahabtuma, dhahabtunna, dhahabto, dhahabna. These are the 14 conjugated. So in the first 6 you have huwa, huma, hum, hiya, huma, hunna. These are for the ghaib, the third person, who are not here. We're talking about someone who's over there in another room, for example. And then you have for the 6 who are present over here, which we are speaking to. For example, I'm talking to you guys, you 2, and all of you 1 girl, you 2 girls, and you all of you girls, and I and we. So I is obviously, there's no gender attached to I, so I could be for male or for female. And we is the same way. We all are over here, so there's some males in it and there's some females in it. And that's what your detached pronouns are. So whenever you have the word huwa written like this, huwa Allahu alladhi la ilaha illa huwa al-hayyul qayyum, right? This huwa in there is called the detached pronoun. But the moment it comes in dhahaba, it's inside of it. Okay. Some of the attributes of detached pronouns, damair munfasil, damirul munfasil, are never attached with any other word. So they'll stand by themselves, sit by themselves. They will not be attached with anything. They're always ma'rifah. Of course, noun is a ma'rifah. It's a definite. When I'm saying he or she or it to a particular person, right? That person which is known. Are considered marfu' in the nominative case, even though most of them do not have a dhamma. So for example, hiya or huwa. Huwa. What is the case of huwa? It should be mansub, right? There's a fatha at the end. No, this is built-in fatha. It'll always be huwa. Whether it comes before min, ila, man, whatever, it'll always remain huwa. It'll be huwa. It will never be huwo or huwe. It'll always be huwa. Hiya will always be hiya. It will never become hiyu or hiyi. Right? They don't change. They're not changeable. So they'll always be in the state of, they'll consider marfu, even though they don't even carry a dhamma at the end, which reflects on the nominative case, are fixed in their case. That means their ending does not change. In Arabic, such nouns are called mabni. So another new thing that you're learning today is mabni. Mabni are fixed, as opposed to mu'rab, which is not fixed. Mabni is fixed, mu'rab is not fixed. Mu'rab means you could conjugate it, you can change it, it'll be changeable. But mabni is fixed, it will always remain huwa. It will always remain hum. Hum the meme will always carry a sukoon. This sukoon will never change. It will always carry a sukoon. Nahnu will always be nahnu. It will never become nahna or nahne. That just doesn't happen. And lastly, but not least, we'll do mudaf and mudaf ilayh, and inshallah we'll read some from the lesson. Possess and possessor. Again, this is very important in making sentences. You can make a sentence very easily by saying kitabi, qalami, masjidi, baiti, my house, my masjid, my pen, my book. Because someone says, whose pen is that? You say, qalami, my pen. Whose book is that? My book. Kitabi, or kitabak, or kitabu. You can make this possess and possessor. So, it used to convey a possession, relationship between two nouns, also referred to as idafa. That means what? One thing is being added to another. Idafa, add ki jari na. One thing is being added to other. And so that which it is being added to, it becomes the possessor. Usually that which it is being added to becomes the possessor. The first thing which is being mentioned is possessed. So kitab would always be mentioned before the one who's possessing it. So the possessed will come first and the possessor will come after. English uses of or s for such relationship. For example, book of Bilal, right? Or Bilal's book. Bilal ki kitab, right? Kitab-e Bilal, masalan. In Urdu mein bhi kehenge, Bilal ki kitab ya kitab-e Bilal. Izafati kehte hain Urdu mein, right? Yeah. So made up of two parts, possessed or the possession, mudaf, and the possessor is mudafun ilayh, that which is controlling it. So if you look at in the example in the middle, Kitabu Bilalin Maktabul Mudarrise. What's the difference between the two? Bilal is already a definite noun. You don't need alif lam on top of it. So it's not going to be Kitabul Bilal, right? It's Kitabu Bilalin, Bilal's book. And in Mudarris, there's an alif lam attached with it because there are a lot of mudarrisin in the house or in the institution, in the school. The 10 teachers, they say, well, Kitabul Mudarris. It's the book of the teacher. Now you're not mentioning the name of the teacher, so you'll just say Kitabul Mudarrise. Seen will get the kasra. So possessor is mudafun ilayh, which is Bilal or Mudarris. They're the ones who are possessing it. They're the ones to whom this thing belongs to, right? It's their belonging. It's always majroor and in the genitive case. So you got Bilalin with the tanween because it came in as it's a definite noun, but it's without alif lam, so it'll carry tanween. And al-mudarrise is also in the genitive case because it has a kasra. Can take a tanween, or if it has alif lam, the definite article, then it'll take a kasra. Can be nakara, indefinite, or marifa, definite. It could be both of them. But the word which is being possessed, that thing is unknown. Has to be indefinite. Has to be nakira. Because it's nakira, that's why it is being associated with something else. Right? The example of al-kitabi is wrong. It has to be a book which is being associated to Muhammad or Ali or Fatima or Bilal or whatever, right? So that part has always going to be what? So it can take any case ending as the need be. So it could be kitabo, kitaba, kitabe, because if there's a harf jar before it, it will become kitabe. If it becomes an object, it will be kitaba. If it's a subject, it will be kitabo. Never takes a tanween because it is being associated. Or alif lam, the definite article, is marifa by position, not by itself. Because if you get rid of Bilal, it becomes what? Just a book. It's becoming ma'rifah because of the possession by Bilal. Otherwise, it is a nakira. It is an indefinite noun. All right, I think enough with the grammar. And you guys have this packet with you so you can go along and read more. They've given you a lot of examples. that what is right and what is not right. Kitabun Bilalin is wrong. Al-Kitabu Bilalin is wrong. Kitabu Bilalun is wrong. Kitabu Bilalan is wrong. It cannot be mansub. Kitabu Bilalin is correct. Right? So they're giving you all the wrong options that are there. So mudaf cannot have tanween. Kitabun, it's wrong. Mudaf cannot have alif lam. Al-Kitabu is wrong. Mudaf ilayh cannot be marfu. Bilalun, it can never be that because it is being made majroor because it is added, it's associated. Mudaf ilayh cannot be mansub. It has to have kasra. It has to have kasra or in the state of genitive. All right. Inshallah, we'll leave through that. Right. Yeah, there's no other case. All right. Any questions? I know it was a lot of grammar, but okay. If you go to lesson 3, are there any questions regarding the tamreen? I think there were a lot of tamareen, right? There were a lot of exercises in lesson 3. I don't know if you got a chance to do it or not. If you didn't, we can do it here, but if you did, good. Good thing is in this book, if you go to the left side, you find the English translation of all of these things. I don't know if you looked at it or not. So if you have trouble reading the exercise, what does it say? Imla al-firagh fima yali biwad'i kalimatin musnasibatin. It's like, oh, what does that mean? So you go to lesson number 3, right? And you open up this tamreen, this exercise, and it'll tell you what it is asking for. Okay. So here, no questions in the exercises from lesson 3? Page 15, 16, or even 17? Okay, let's do one exercise then. See how you did it. Let's do the one on page number 17. املى الفراغ فيما يلي بوضع كلمة مناسبة. Is a fill in the blanks in the following by placing an appropriate word. Blank غني. التاجر غني, right? Blank حلو. حلو means sweet. So, or al-asalu hulwun, right? Asal is honey. Al-asalu hulwun. Marid. Al-rajulu maridun. Laziz. التفاحة والتفاح لذيذ. طويل, for example, الرجل طويل, right? Whatever, anything could be طويل. الطالب طويل. الولد طويل. We're doing the last exercise in lesson 3. It's the last, right? No, there's more after it. Second to last. Actually, the same. You see? Right here. We're doing this. Rani Tawil. See, we did that one. You want to do the last two? Or last one? Qasir? What does qasir mean? just said it. Taweel hai na, lamba. Qasir is short. That's why your namaz is qasr. It's shortened. Fill in the blank. Put a appropriate word before qasir. Using the word qasir, not qasr. Qasirun. What is qasirun? Yeah. Yeah. Use it in a sentence. So what do you want to put? What could be short? Ad-darsu. So your mubtada will always have alif lam, right? So you got to remember that in mind. That mubtada cannot start with nakira. It cannot be indefinite. If you say darsun qasirun, that is not a complete sentence. Darsun qasirun is what? It's just basically telling you short lesson. But when you say ad-darsu qasirun, the lesson is short. That's a complete sentence. Ar-rajulu qasirun, the man is short. Al-waladu qasirun, the boy is short, right? As-saffu qasirun, the line is short, for example, right? Many things. So you think about the thing in your language and maybe you can translate and then you can use an appropriate word. Okay. Go to the next page. It says, اختر كلمة من القائمة تناسب الكلمة التي في القائمة ألف. So basically you're just matching appropriate word. What goes good with الطالب? We'll start with you. Okay. Mahdi bhai, next. Good. Yours. Is it heavy? Apple is heavy? Got one heavy apple in it. What's more appropriate? So eliminate, process of elimination. Good. Piche. Okay, the water is hot. Al-hajro. Good. The boulder or the pathar jo hai wo bhari hai. Al-qalamo maksurun. The pen is broken. So these are some of the new words. Hulwun, which means sweet. Dukkan is just like dukan in Urdu, a shop. Qasir, and everything else I think you already know. So this we did last time. Al-huruf al-qamariya wal-huruf al-shamsiya. So it's just a recap of that from last time. So we don't have to worry about it. And then it's just asking you to read these kalimat with, differentiating between the huruf al-qamariya with huruf al-shamsiya. So it'll be al-baytu, ad-diko, ad-darso, right? Sorry, al-mudarrisu, al-babu. Wherever I'm pronouncing alif lam, it's qamari. Whenever I'm not pronouncing alif lam, it's what? It's shamsi. So ad-dik is shamsi. Al-bab is qamari. Al-talib is shamsi. As-sukkar is shamsi. And so on and so forth. All right, let's quickly do this fourth lesson, which talks about what we covered in our grammar. So then, you can relate to it. Lesson number 4, Ad-Darsu Rabi'u. The lesson number 4, right? So there are only two things that they're talking about here, alif and ba. Al-Baytu means the house. You put a preposition of fi before the word al-bayt, it becomes fil bayti, in the house. It was the house, it became in the house. Al-maktabu means, the desk. Al-maktabe means on the desk. Is it a sentence? Al-maktabe? What is it? It's shibh jumla, right? It's not jumla, it's shibh jumla. Al-masjidu means the mosque. Fil masjide, in the mosque. As-sariro, the bed. Ala-sarire, on the bed. So, let's start with you, the first one. Aina Muhammadun? I'm asking you a question. Where is Muhammad? You have the answer in front of it. Okay. Ghurfa. Pronounce the last letter. Huwa fil ghurfa. Pronounce the harakat on the last letter. That's what I'm looking for. Fil ghurfati, right? Because fi preposition is given ghurfa what? Majroor. Making it majroor. Giving it a jar. Is pulling it. So where is Muhammad? He is in the ghurfa means room. Right? Huwa fil ghurfati. He is in the room. Wa aina Yasirun? Where is Yasir? Hadi bhai? He is in the bathroom, shower, right? Wa aina Aminatu? Where is Amina? Matbakhi. She is in that picture right in front of it is what? Kitchen. She is in the kitchen. Right? You see how it's not Aminatun, right? It's Aminatu. Remember why? No, I'm asking a question. It was Muhammadun, Yasirun, but it's Aminatu. Why is it not Aminatun? Female name, right? It's a muannas and it's alam. That means it's a definite article. It's alam. It's a name of a person, and then it is muannas. So there are two reasons in it which enable it that it is called. I'll give you the istilah, the terminology, but you don't have to remember this terminology. It's called ghayre munsaraf. That means you cannot do tasrif. You cannot conjugate it. It'll remain aminatu, or at max it will become aminata if it's an object. So if it's fa'il, subject, or for example mubtada, predicate, or khabar, it'll remain aminatu. But if there's a min, ila, an, fi comes before it, it's not going to become aminate, nor is going to carry a tanween. There are some limitations on the female names. Female names will not carry a tanween. That means it's not going to become Aminatun. It's just like it's not going to become Fatimatun, right? It will always be Aminatu, Fatimatu. You'll never hear Zainaban, Zainabin, Zainabun, Zainabu, Zainabi, Zainab, Zairbi nahi aayega, Zainaba. So it will not carry a kasra. That means it will never be majroor, and it will not carry a tanween. This is just a specific rule to female alam names that are specific to people. Yeah. So aina aminatu, not aminatun, right? Aina aminatu. You should question it right away. It was Muhammadun. Why is it not aminatun? That should be a question. And the reason it's not aminatun because it's a female muannas alam. That means it's a name, and therefore the two reasons enable it to become ghayr munsarif. That means it's not going to carry a tanween, nor it will ever carry a kasra. That's the case. Where is she? Where is Amina? Hiya fil matbakhi. Nahin. अच्छा वो आपने कर दिया. Ain al kitabu. Okay. Wa ain al sa'atu. So you see how they're using the pronouns of huwa and hiya for objects, right? You will never say, for example, kitab, that the book, he is on the table, right? You'll say it is on the table. Right? But in Arabic, you'll use huwa for it. And you'll use hiya for that which is feminine in common terminology. So the book is feminine, masculine, so you'll use huwa. But the word sa'a is feminine. How do you know it's feminine? ta at the end. The round ta gives it away. Whenever you have a word with the round ta, it is an indication that it is feminine. Hiya, that's why it's used hiya. It said huwa al-kitab, huwa with the kitab, but hiya with the sa'a. So I'll give you an example. Khalid is mudakkar, right? What is the muannas? Khalidah, right? Ta at the end. Ridwan and Ridwana, ta at the end. Siddiq and Siddiqa, right? So, okay. Man kar dein yaar. Acha. So in Arabic, you're using the pronouns that you use for human beings. Huwa. You'll never say the book is, he is on the, it is on the. But sometime in English you also change it. You use, instead of it, you will use he or she for even inanimate objects. You remember, you have any examples? If you watch baseball, when the batter hits the ball, they say she is gone. The ball is gone, right? So they use the word she for the ball. And hit it out of the park, she is gone. I've heard that a lot when they call the home run. So the ball is referred to as she. So sometimes even in English, they'll use these, pronouns for objects. So it's not just, it could be. Yeah. But anyways, this is something which you'll see that normally used in it, because we don't have, a specific for it, and you can either say, there's no it in Arabic, so how are you going to pronounce it? Okay, then it begins with the tamarin, or the exercises. Again, you can look up the English version of the questions so you understand what is being asked over here. Ajib anil as'alatil atiya. Answer the following questions. And it's just basically a tamreen regarding how do you, when you're asking about something, where is this, where is that? So you got Ain al-Kitab, you can answer that wherever it is. It's on the table, it's under the table, and you can practice that. Aina Muhammad, where's Muhammad? And so on and so forth. Aina Muhammadun. Yeah. Aina is mubtada, Muhammadun is your khabar. It's a complete sentence. Where is Muhammad? Right? It's a complete sentence. So Aina is acting as a predicate, and Muhammad is acting as the subject, the khabar of it. Fil ghurfati. Aminatu. So what is doing? Remember, istifham. Is she? Is Amina in the room? No, you use the pronoun for Amina. What is it? Hiya. Yes. Naam. Hiya fil ghurfati. La. Hiya masalan fil masjid masalan. La, first you negate it by saying la. So the question was, Aminatu fil ghurfati. Is Amina in the room? You said la, so you negated it. And then you tell him where she is. La hiya fil matbakhi, or fil hammami. Right? No, she's in the kitchen, or she's in the restroom, she's in the bathroom, she's in the shower, she's in, for example. So you can say, well, I'll tell you what you will say. La hiya laysat fil ghurfati. Laysat will be used. You haven't learned the word laysa, laysat yet. That's why I didn't want to introduce that. But this is how you respond by saying, hiya laysat fil ghurfati. If it was a boy, you would say, huwa laysa fil ghurfati. Muhammad, Muhammadun fil ghurfati. You say, la Muhammadun, or huwa laysa fil ghurfati. He is not in the room, right? So we'll introduce the word laysa and the akhawat and the sisters of laysa, and you'll learn the usage of those words as well. You see in the last two, 10 and 11, madha is being used. What is madha? Madha is what? Same as ma, right? It's just that it is used as madha, and sometimes it is used as ma. And the next exercise says, اقرأ واكتب مع ضبط أواخر الكلمات. Read and write with mentioning appropriately the last harakat of these words. So, al-madrasatu, fil madrasate, fil bayte, al-baytu, al-ghurfatu, al-hammamu, and al-kursiyye, al-kitabe, fil masjide, al-maktabe, and so on and so forth. Read and write again. You can just read it. You don't have to write it. Ana is no, yeah. Because ana does not even act as a controller. It's not doing anything to the word that is coming after. Ana is actually a zarf for a makan, a place, where, right? Ana means where. So that's the purpose. That's what we learned today. So ala, ila, fi, an, and min. These are the 5 prepositions that we learned today. An they taught us there, but ila, ala, min, and fi. These were the 4 that we had learned. So if these 4 prepositions come before a noun, that noun is bound to have what? Jar. Unless that noun is a name of a female person. So fi aminata, it will not be fi aminate. Amina will not carry a kasra. Nor will Amina become Aminatun. ठीक है. अन, उसके बाद से क्या था? अन अहिल अंसारी, अन फातिमता ज़हरा. ता के ऊपर ज़बर आती है. नोटिस कीजिएगा नेक्स्ट टाइम. अन जाबिर अब्दुल्लाह अल अंसारी, अन फातिमता. So I said it will never carry a tanween. It will only be, so let's just go over it. So Fatima, right? Fatima too is the nominative state of it, right? Now, if I was to say, I'm going to Fatima, ila, right? Ila Fatima, I can't put a kasra. I can't put a dhamma. So what am I going to put? Fatha. Ila Fatimata. You remember on Shab Qadr, you read this. Beka Ya Allahu, right? Be Muhammad, then Be Ali, Yin, Be Fatima, Ta. You don't say Be Fatima Te. Be Fatima Ta. Right? Usually we don't pronounce it, so we just say Be Fatima, Be Fatima, Be Fatima. But it's Be Fatima Ta. It's written. You read it. So it will not have tanween. It will not become Fatimatun. Right? So it will always have either Dhamma when it's in the regular nominative case. In the other 2 cases, genitive, it will be Fatimata. It will not have a kasra. It will not be Fatimata. Okay. Inshallah, we'll give you some examples. It will be marfu. It will be marfu and mansub, but only with dhamma and a fatha. It will never carry a kasra, and it will not carry a tanween either. That's rule of thumb. There will be some exceptions that will come to this rule as well, but let's not confuse ourselves with that. Just keep that in mind. This is the rule of thumb for female names, that because they're female and they're mu'annath and they're alam, that means their names, specific names of individuals, these 2 reasons make it ghayr munsarif. Therefore, it can only carry a dhamma or it can carry a fatha, but it will not carry a kasra, nor will it carry a tanween, period. So it will not be tun, tan, or tin, and it will not have a te, or it will not have a ti at the end, kasra either. It will only have these two, marfu and mansub. Thank you very much. Sallu ala Muhammad wa ala Muhammad.